If you're like me and you go to a lot of concerts or have an interest in working in the music industry, then having proper ear protection is essential. Now, normal foam earplugs can work just fine as far as hearing protection goes. These foam plugs I got at the grocery store were about $5 for a pack of 32, and they work good at reducing noise. But if you've used these for a concert before, then you likely ran into the same problem that I did. That being that they don't just reduce the sound, they cut out a lot of frequencies, particularly in the higher end, meaning you lose clarity in things like vocals and guitar solos, really puts a dampen on the performance. And that's where these come in. These are the high fidelity earplugs by Eargasm. Eargasm has been making strides in the music world over the past few years, so a while back I decided to get myself a pair. Now what separates these from your normal foam earplugs is the filter that are designed to block out some of the volume without cutting out too much of any one particular frequency. These earplugs are selling for about $44 right now on Eargasm's website, and you can also order other attachments like a cleaning brush and a connector cord to come with them. The first thing I really like about this is the box it comes in. It has a nice metallic latch to it. Once you open it, you'll see the instructional / thank you card, and inside you can see that sits in this foam padding. The earplugs themselves come in this really cool metal case with a screw-on lid and a keychain ring, so they're portable too, which is really nice. Yeah, it's really nice being able to keep them in your pocket and not have to worry about losing them. With these foam ones, you kind of just have to take your chances and hope they don't fall out or get lost or something. And they actually come with 2 sets of these hypoallergenic silicone shells. Now the shells come in 2 different sizes. Some people think that you get 2 sets of earplugs. It's just 2 shells. And the shells are different sizes, that way you can adjust how snug you want them to fit in your ears, which is pretty neat. Take a close look at them. You can see the filter in there, and that filter is designed to help cut out some of the sound of the performance, making it quieter, but they're supposed to help them stay high fidelity, that way you don't lose clarity in the performance. Now I've had mine for a little over a year, so I feel like I'm in a good position to make a judgment on them and inform you on whether or not I think they're worth it compared to normal foam earplugs. If we look on the back of both boxes, these Eargasm high fidelity earplugs claim to reduce noise up to 16 decibels, while the foam ones actually say they can reduce up to 32 decibels, so basically twice as much. You combine that with the fact that these are about $5 as opposed to about $45, you'd think that these would be a slam dunk choice, right? Well, not so fast. Now, while I do agree that the foam earplugs do a better job at just purely reducing noise for live performances, they cut out a lot of the higher end frequencies. The last time I took these to a concert, I believe it was a Cannibal Corpse show that I went to, I ended up taking them out about halfway through because I was so fed up with not being able to hear any of the guitar solos or understand any of the vocals. It was really frustrating. So I would say that these Eargasm plugs have been much better in that regard. In my experience, they do cut out a tiny bit of the higher end frequencies. Still, they're not perfect in their high fidelity claim, at least in my experience, but they have been much better comparatively. I can actually hear the vocals, I can actually hear the guitar solos. I'm not just sitting there wondering what's going on. And yeah, I really like this case that they come in. It's super small, fits in your pocket, really doesn't take up that much space, and you shouldn't have much issue getting it into any venues. I suppose this does kind of look like something you'd use to sneak weed or something into a show with, but I'm sure once you just explain to the security guard, it should be fine. I haven't had any issues with that. Now, unfortunately, I don't have one of those fancy 3DO mics to test out, where I can put the earplugs in the ears to demonstrate the effectiveness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a clip back to back with the sound completely unedited and what I feel is an accurate representation of how these earplugs will affect the sound. Now, I'm sure that wasn't perfectly 100% accurate to how everyone's experience with them will be, but I think that should give you at least an idea of what they'll be like. If you're curious, I think Eargasm has a similar test on their website, so if you want to go check that out, you can see how they advertise the sound being affected by the earplugs. So overall, I definitely, for my money, prefer these high fidelity ones from Eargasm. They don't cut out as much volume as the foam ones do, but I would gladly take that trade-off for better clarity during concerts. I go to a lot of concerts, so I want to be able to hear everything. And they do still provide some protection, right? You're not going to leave with your ears completely messed up and ringing for a full day like they would if you had no protection. Yeah, I suppose if you have really, really sensitive ears, maybe the high fidelity ones won't cut it. If you need like the most protection possible, then these might be a better option because they will provide more noise reduction compared to them. But I think for a majority of people, the high fidelity ones should work okay and provide enough protection. But of course, the decision of is it worth the money is ultimately up to you guys. So yeah, I know this is a shorter video, I just wanted to take a minute to talk about these because I thought they were pretty cool. So hopefully you found this video helpful in some way, and if you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel. I have something pretty exciting planned for the next video, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.